You better watch out, because I'm pretty cool, and you can't get rid of me. Twitch is endorsing me, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Not only did Dr. Disrespect do nothing wrong, but his so-called friends TimTheTatman and Dr Lupo and NickMercs, having stabbed him in the back, seemingly continued to grift off his site. That serves as the gateway to corn, my opinion, to 13 and 17-year-old children. It's very, very ironic. And that site, we call it Twitch. It's called Twitch. It's Twitch. Now, everyone who knows that Twitch has been run by far left millennial activists for years.
I think a lot of you gamers are actually white supremacists. Sorry. Just a fact of how I feel.
The social justice warriors infiltrated the Amazon-owned business in 2016 when the left lost their shit following the election of Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
First time ever in the States of America, Donald.
And ever since then, we've seen like all sorts of depraved activity given free license to be streamed pretty much willy-nilly.
This is a member of the Twitch Trust and Safety Council having a deergasm on stream.
Thank you.
We also saw that cancel culture was born, and every company became afraid of not pissing off the LGBT or trans community, which then turned out to be less of a community and more of a minimized cult. Gay people all around the world were suddenly totally misrepresented by a cult that bullied and transcended the very fabric of absolutely everywhere. They sucked the soul out of fun and pretty much ruined everything. Jokes got banned. Statues were torn down. Women weren't allowed to say they were real women anymore. All hero stories became sexist. All white people were racist. PDF filing became a sexual preference. Skin colour, right? Skin colour suddenly overruled the content of your character. And in Scotland, male rapists were being moved into female prisons. And just like assuming a man was a he and a woman was a she was tantamount to murder, warranting instant ostracization from society. All ad revenue was getting blocked. It was a metaphorical knee shoved in the neck of your business, leading to an instant suffocation of your entire career. But I digress. Back to Dr. Disrespect. His innocence and his besties, TimTheTatman, Dr. Lupo, and NickMercs, and how they were, and I think, in their indirect collusion with the career lynchings going on at Twitch HQ. The human race and the smiling face. Hello and welcome to Flooded. Welcome back to my world. It's Craig here at Flooded, and I just want to talk a little bit. I made a video the other day about Dr. Disrespect, and it was kind of weird because I made that video not knowing whether Doc was coming back or not. And sure enough, the next day he did. So I've got some sort of amazing ability to see what's actually going to happen in the universe, which is why you should subscribe to this channel. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Twitch, because the doc has had, he's come back and he said what he's going to say, and a lot of people are kind of thinking, well, that is fine and good. A lot of people are saying, right, yeah, I'm back with the doc, I'm 100% behind him. And a lot of his friends have come out and they've said things like they're not very happy at all. They're calling in names. We had, let's see if I can find it, opening up my, if I go to my, here we go. If I go to my bookmarks here, see if we can find the post from NickMercs. We've had this from NickMercs, where he's kind of said, this retard Dr. Disrespect. This retard, Dr. Disrespect, is married with children, pushing 40, admits to texting a minor. So just first of all, why are you calling him a retard? Why are you doing that? You know he's not. You've had a long time to assess whether he is or isn't. So that is just vicious. You're angry at yourself, mate. Retard, Dr. Disrespect is married with children. What's that got to do with it? Pushing 40. Admits it's almost like NickMercs is criticising his Doc's family. How stupid must the Doc's wife be, Nick? Is that what you're saying? She's stupid to stay with him? Admits to texting a minor inappropriately. He's so sticking to that, isn't he? He's so sticking to that. I don't know how anyone can type something and it obviously looks devastatingly bad, and then not, if you're like their friend, then not call them and say, what's that about? What did you mean? Is it what did you mean to say that? Is that true? Because it turns out that he wasn't inappropriate, doesn't it, Nick? Because because it's been investigated. Twitch don't think he was inappropriate. And it turns out it wasn't a minor, doesn't it, Nick? Because Twitch investigated it. The people who are paying you, the people who are hosting your content, said it weren't a minor and it wasn't inappropriate. So, Nick, so the doctor said it was, and he says he I don't know, he didn't say he was joking, but he was doing it as a bit of a test. And you kind of failed the test, didn't you, Nick? His words, not mine. What an idiot. NickMercs is an absolute dimwit. So I cut ties, obviously. Yeah, that's what you do with your best friends. You cut ties after they tweet something, because obviously that's inexcusable. Now, I'm a shit friend for not having his back. Yeah, you are. And then he abuses brain rot morons. Well, leave it. If you don't like the app, just leave. And you won't leave because Nick is interested in not friends, not being a nice guy. Everything is expendable as long as he can keep the cash coming rolling in. And that's going to be important to the doc as well. It's important to everybody to keep the cash. When the stakes are high, this is how bad they get. NickMercs, what a terrible name. What should I call myself on the internet? I'll call myself NickMercs. And then we had TimTheTatman, Dr Lupo. They all went back to they're back. Those both guys are back on Twitch. They left YouTube, and both of them have said they're having nothing to do with the doc. In fact, I can probably find Dr Lupo's what Dr Lupo said. This is Dr Lupo. It's blurry because it's I don't know. It's a low resolution thing. But let's have a listen to him.
Crazy how Lupo just turns on people? Bitch, what? You want me? What the fuck do you expect? What?
Sorry. The first thing I would say is this is a child talking. If you talk like that, bitch, what? You know, all this reaction, all this inability to control himself emotionally, or is he? You might say, well, he's putting on a show. Then if he's putting on a show, he doesn't mean what he's saying here. But what an appalling guy.
You should hold every person that you respect accountable for their mistakes, too. So in the situation where a person that I was working with consistently on both game development and my career as a streamer at the same time, we had collaborated multiple times. Suddenly it turns out that years ago he tried to message a minor to solicit them for sex.
That's a lie. And frankly, the doc should take him to court for that. Now, This is someone who has a lot of influence, and this is a powerful little speech he's making because it's full of he's talking very coherently. He's not and ahhing. He's very steadfast about it and very cut and dried and clear about it. And this will have an impact on the doc. So he's just said that the doc was sexting minors. Twitch don't think the doc did that. The doc says he didn't do that. And this little twat can't be bothered to phone the guy or contact him somehow to say, hey, man, you know, we stream together. I just want to check you okay and what's happening. How's the family and stuff? What's going on? What's occurring? Didn't bother doing any of that. Just goes, oh, right, I'll fucking tweet. I'll fucking hit, you know, and saves his own back. He's immediately into backstabbing. This is the lowest little shit you can imagine. People like this guy here. What a twat. What? Just the worst type of friend. You don't want this guy as your friend. Dr. Lupo, what else has this guy got to say? He's got quite a lot, yeah?
And it got caught, and that's why it didn't happen?
He got caught.
You expect me to...
He didn't get caught.
Not turn my back? Bro, y'all, there's no way you do not have fucking brain damage from this. There's absolutely no way.
There's absolutely a way. I don't know if he said... did he put this out? He's actually putting this out after the doc said what he said. I can't watch it anymore. He is so dim-witted.
If anywhere along that path you go, oh, that's fine, you got something fucked up in your head, dude.
Talk about gas. This is 100% gaslighting. This guy wants to stay on Twitch. This is why he's doing this, guys. He's just moved back to Twitch. He's just been signed back up to Twitch. I don't know if he's been signed up or not. But that's Dr. Lupo. Look, he's back on Twitch. Dr. Lupo back on Twitch. This is just the other day. This is September the 2nd. Today's it's the 8th today. But they've just both joined Twitch. So obviously they can't say, oh, Twitch is wrong here. Twitch is has a cancel culture, a cancer culture, deeply rooted in it, which these two are now colluding in, as far as I'm concerned. They're colluding with this cancel culture. Well done, guys. Next one. Hope you continue to make a fortune for your family. Oh, look, he's Tim's YouTube. I don't know if he's still streaming with that YouTube logo behind him. Yeah, these guys, man, they're just the worst people, the worst type of people. So I said that kids are getting access to parents' credit cards and then going out and looking at all sorts of things. Use of Twitch by minors and blocked persons. Blocked persons. The Twitch services are not available to persons under 13. So that's young. So 13 and over can watch Twitch. They say you have to be supervised by a parent or legal guardian. That ain't going to happen. Do you know what 12-year-olds do and 13-year-olds do? Do you think they go wandering into the kitchen and say, hey, gee, Mom, I'm going to go and watch Twitch. We just come and make sure I don't watch anything bad? And if you think kids are not going to get access to your credit card, do you think they're not going to go into your mum's bag in the kitchen when she's in the other room or gone to the loo and just take it out and quickly go and write down the numbers and then put it back? Do you think that's not going to happen? Of course it's going to happen. It does happen. How do I know it's going to happen, right? Because here's a little story from Nick Polum. Here he is. Let's have a listen to this. I haven't queued this up.
Sexually expensive. Listen, my Snapchat was public.
This is what the kids are getting access to on Twitch.
A viewer sent me a video of him banging his girlfriend, pulling out and coming on her back.
Jeez.
And I sent him a message. I said, bro, what the fuck? And he goes, Nick, that wasn't meant for you,
so he
bro.
watched the whole video.
On God. And I deleted Snapchat. Like,
so, you know,
after that.
This is... Now, how old was the kid who sent you that material, Nick? I mean, probably old, right? Older. Tell us. I don't know. Anyone can send you that stuff, and he's consuming it.
I mean, I just want to know if, like, of course, I had to see what's happening.
Right, of course.
Let me just speed this up.
Oh, if I paid for it, does that...
Right, he's talking now about paying to watch sex stuff on a webcam, and he tells you a little story.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you want me to explain, or do we just leave it up to interpretation?
So he's done it.
You should explain.
By the way, before he explains that, look at some of these other lists here. If I can move myself over to the side. Look, they've been talking about kissed on the breast, masturbated, picture of a video while somebody else is in the room, inanimate object, gone through the motions of intercourse, fully dressed, undressed and being undressed, fondled, had your butt cheeks fondled. This is all okay with Twitch. This is all fine. Yeah, that's fine. This isn't 18 rated, by the way. This is Nick Polum, OTK Network, with her name's Extra Emily. This is what they're talking about. This was the entire stream, pretty much. Right? What story is he about to tell us, guys? Bearing in mind that, you know, a lot of people say, no way our 13-year-old kid's going to get access to credit cards.
Wondering.
So a long time ago, there was this thing called Brazzers webcam, and my buddy had a Brazzers account, and his dad's credit card was attached to it.
Okay.
So I would go in there, and I'd use his credit card, and
Friend's credit card.
Yeah.
Dad's credit card.
Yeah.
And
I'd be like, "Yo, can you pee in a cup?" And they'd be like, $10. I'm like, okay.
So this is a 12-year-old kid going in on, and this is, you know, them finding it funny on Twitch. 12-year-old kid going onto a website using their parents' credit card to consume porn. Right? And it's the same telling the story. They know it happens. And so he's telling you that there are people on web cameras who are taking money. The person on the web camera probably didn't know the age of the person paying for her to pay her to pee in a cup, right? I know that's funny, that bit. I know people will be laughing. Oh, that's hilarious. Is it hilarious if it's a kid? So what if that was Emily there taking money off little kids to show them stuff? Would you be appalled or laughing at that? Because that's what happened. It was an adult, no, it wasn't Emily, but it was an adult showing stuff like that to kids, right? Kids have access to this material. That's my point, right? Kids have access to this material. And Twitch is doing nothing about it. If you go to, let me just see if I can find here on Twitch. So just to show you that, you know, this is all ad, every time you click. Here she is, look. This is somebody called Olisa Lieberman. I've not pre-vetted this person. I don't know anything about them. But so they put the leggings on, they turn their backs to the camera so you can get as good a view as possible. So there's this category called hot tubs. So let me just mute her. Here's a girl. Oh, sorry, I've just randomly clicked on this, by the way. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. Oh my God. I feel uncomfortable showing you this. This is Twitch, right? Get rid of her. So this is the pools category. You see how it's all sexual themes? And if I click on one, beautiful girl in music, she's just lying there with her arse pointing at the camera. Let's look at here's Marianne. What's Marianne up to? There she is. Good boys welcome. Look at these two sitting on a bed. Thick baddies. You're not going to believe this next one. So look at this girl here. This is a Twitch streamer, according to this video. And you got to watch the reflection in the window. I'll just turn it down. She's receiving money. She's off her chair. See the chair's pushed aside? Move myself over there. And there's a guy here. He's down on the ground. He's just getting up. And he's like behind her. And you can see his head bobbing up here at the side. Oh, something just hurt her there, didn't it? Wonder what happened there. This is live streamed on Twitch. So a good friend of the OTK network is somebody called MorgPie. And if you watch a video, this is a video with there's a Nick Polum, who is part of the OTK network, which I think was set up by Asmongold, otherwise known as Zach somebody or other. Here's an interesting video. Let's have a watch of this.
And like, this is what I think that Twitch should do. I thought about this a lot. I think here's what the problem is. If I go to my For You page.
Yeah? What are you going to do?
It makes me think that I'm not on Twitch. They should never recommend channels whenever they have users that are underage.
Editor's note, I went to make a test Twitch account as a 14 years old to then test what I would get recommended without clicking anything. This is the result. What the fuck?
So, that's interesting, isn't it? You set up an account as a 14-year-old and this is what Twitch recommended. Now, look at here. This is MorgPie. She is often to be seen on the OTK network streams with Nick Polum and the gang. Good friends. Who is MorgPie? Well, let's see if our friends over at the H3 podcasts can remind us who she is.
Morgie, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. I'm a super big fan. I love all of you guys. I'm so sorry for derailing the entire show with my message, but I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
So you are, it seems like you are, fuck it, I know who you are.
Oh?
I can't even pretend.
So?
I can't sit here and just pretend like I don't know. I can't keep the act up anymore.
Wait, for real?
Wow. Come on. I mean, you're one of the most popular people on P-Hub, right?
P-Hub. It's all hilarious, isn't it? So 13-year-olds have access to Twitch, right? They're getting access to credit cards. They're going on to Twitch. And here we are, all having a good laugh, aren't we? It's hilarious that Morgpie, who's on Twitch, a Twitch streamer, who's part of the OTK network, which is part of the network of that guy you just saw, Zach, Asmund Gold. She goes to their gym. She streams from their gym. She does streams with them. She's guests on other podcasts. And they're very open about the fact that she does hardcore porn. And she's on Pornhub. And she's a Twitch streamer. Arguing with me that Twitch isn't a gateway for kids to get access to this kind of material, you're wasting your breath. I would love to have my mind changed. So please go to every effort if you can to change my mind. I would like that very much. But before everyone starts wagging their finger at Dr. Disrespect for something that he didn't do, or I'm convinced that he didn't do, because I've seen the evidence of these cancer cultures that exist at Twitch. For the people who have come out saying that the doc is this horrible bad guy, who have known him for a long time, have seen him go through his drinking problems, have seen him go through his marital issues that he caused, the mistakes he made through that, and seen his reaction to it and his absolute commitment to his family and the remorse that he's felt. And you say, oh, well, that's because he got caught. He didn't get caught doing anything. Twitch said he didn't do anything wrong. Nothing he did was inappropriate. There was no sexting to kids. And still, the people who were these brilliant friends who did so well streaming with him, the legend that was Dr. Disrespect, are still coming out and saying, no, you said in your tweet that you did it, so we're sticking with that. No phone call to him to say, well, what's going on, man? This isn't you. What's this all about? What's happened? This is stupid. No call to him to talk about that. Just absolute backstabbing. The lowest of the low. TimTheTatman, Dr. Lupo, and the other guy, NickMercs, the most boring streamer that there is out there, who's just a numbnut. They're all numbnuts. They don't have even an iota of talent that Dr. Disrespects have got. There's nothing in their streams that's... NickMercs streams this half of his face. He's like... It's TimTheTatman. It puts on this massive disingenuous performance and just basically watches other people's streams and comments on them, and then makes a fortune out of it. I'm not being fair though. I don't mind TimTheTatman in terms of a streamer. I think he's actually probably a nice guy, but he's just like the worst friend you could ever have. And this Dr. Lupo guy is just the absolute pits of a person. Good luck being his friend, because he will stab you in the back if there's any risk at all to him losing his income. He will just totally destroy you, disown you. You know, he's brutal. And Dr. Disrespect should be thinking at the moment, thank God I found out about these people before it was too late. The doctor will always have an audience. You can't cancel him. If he doesn't stream on Twitch, if he doesn't make money on YouTube, he'll go over to X. He'll start streaming on X. Which I'm surprised they haven't already approached him to ask him to stream there. Now, I make these videos and all the fans of the people I've been talking about come out and they click the thumbs down and they go, oh, you must be a pedo as well, mate. You know, these unimaginative... And then they go, oh, you're censoring the comment section. No, I'm not. There's a lot of words I put in there, and the words that racists use, right? The words that morons use, and if you use them, your comment doesn't get used. Your comment gets put in a little pile. And I read it in the back end, and I read what you are, who you are. There's no doubt in my mind that from a contribution to the streaming world and the transitioning from people broadcasting from their bedrooms to being accepted by sort of the mainstream industries, that DrDisrespect has been a leading force in that, and he should be respected for that. And he's made stupid mistakes. I remember him drinking on stream and thinking, no, I'm not into this. I didn't want to watch it. I remember when he made that admission that he cheated. I remember that. I was horrified. I was like, you dick. What have you done? And then I thought about his wife and the kids and how they know better than me about him and his character. And if they're sticking with him, it's not for me to judge them. So trust in the fact that that woman who's married to him knows better than you. Dr. Lupo doesn't know better than his family, than Doc's family. TimTheTatman doesn't know better than Doc's family. And NickMercs doesn't know shit. So the Doc is, he's very lucky. You're very lucky, Doc, because these people have shown who they really are, which is scum, grifters. This is true grift. They will absolutely, on the tiniest trigger, disown you the way they have. The friendships that they pretended they had with you and told their fans that they had with you were fake. And now you know.